Hey guys, today we're going to make a fun, positive, and negative space drawing. I'm going to start by taking my paper and writing my name on the back. Then I'm going to flip over my paper and I'm going to fold my paper in half. I'm going to try and line my edge up really nice before I make the crease on my paper. So I have a nice piece of paper with two halves. What we're going to do is we're going to draw two shapes, one on each side of my paper. I'm going to just draw a circle and I'm going to draw it with my pencil. I'll have a piece of paper that you can trace either a square or a circle. So you can do that with your pencil. Trace your shape, one on each side. I tried to make sure they were matching so they look the same. Then what I'm going to do is take a black marker and I'm going to trace around my pencil lines with my black marker. I'm going to go nice and slowly since I can't erase my marker. Notice how I turn the page as I trace my circle, so that way I'm not trying to trace around or underneath my hand. It's easier to move my paper around to make my nice traced circle. Now that I've got my circles traced with my black marker, one on each half of my paper, I'm going to pick which color markers I want to use. You can also use crayons for this as well. I'm going to do a rainbow pattern. So I'm going to use my red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple markers. I think I'm going to add pink as well. So I'm going to actually start on one half of my paper and I'm going to start by making a rainbow striped pattern inside of my circle on the one half of my paper. I'm going to start with my pink, then red, then orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And I'm going to fill up that entire circle on the one half of my page with a rainbow pattern. I'm going to color my shape in nice and neat, so that way there's no white of my circle showing through. The white of my paper will be in the background, but my circle will be completely filled in with a rainbow pattern. Now that I've got my circle all colored in with my rainbow striped pattern, I have a circle that is positive space. So my circle is going to be colored in and my background is going to be just blank. On the other half of my page, I'm going to color in the background but leave the circle blank. So it's going to end up being opposite. My background will be positive space, but my circle will be negative space. So one half, my circle will be colored in and the background will be blank, and the other half, my background will be colored in and my circle will be blank. So I'm going to repeat the same rainbow pattern on the background of my paper on this half. Notice how I folded my paper in half so that way I'm not getting color on the other half of my paper. I'm going to keep repeating that pattern until my whole background is filled in, making sure I don't color in the circle on that half. once I fill in the second half of my paper with my rainbow striped pattern, then I can open up my paper and see how one half of my paper has a positive space circle and one half has a negative space circle. So it looks like I cut my circle out of the right half or the right side of my paper and glued it onto the other half of my paper. So you have a positive and negative space drawing with a really cool pattern and bright colors. So a positive and negative space circle.